Have you ever wondered what truly captivates a man? Not just the surface things, not the clothes, the makeup, or the fleeting moments of attention, but the deeper forces that make him notice, value, and desire someone on a level that goes beyond the obvious? Most women search for answers in the wrong places, thinking attraction is something that can be forced or bought. But the truth is far more powerful, far more subtle. Attraction is less about what you do and more about who you are. It's the energy you carry, the confidence you radiate, and the presence you command without even trying. And once you understand this, you unlock a power that no one can resist. By staying with this video until the end, you'll not only learn the 10 things that turn men on the most, but you'll also discover a deeper truth about yourself. You'll learn how to step into a space where your energy alone draws attention, admiration, and desire. This isn't about manipulation. This isn't about changing yourself to fit someone else's expectation. This is about learning what resonates on a psychological level, what sparks connection, and what creates a magnetic pull that feels effortless. Let's begin with the foundation of all attraction, confidence. Confidence isn't loud, flashy, or demanding. It doesn't shout for recognition. Real confidence whispers. It sits quietly in your posture, in your gaze, in the way you carry yourself, even in the smallest moments. Psychology tells us that people are instinctively drawn to others who appear secure in themselves. When a woman knows her worth, it triggers something primal, something deep in the subconscious mind of a man. He sees stability, strength, and value, and he wants to be near it. Confidence is not perfection. It's not about being flawless or never making mistakes. In fact, men are often more drawn to women who are human, authentic, and real, but who also hold themselves with dignity and self-assurance. There is a subtle power in a woman who can laugh at herself, who can admit her imperfections without shrinking, who moves through life with a sense of self-respect. That power is magnetic. It pulls attention without needing words. It's silent, yet undeniable. Think about the last time someone caught your attention without even trying. Chances are it wasn't because of what they were wearing or what they said. It was something deeper, a presence, a confidence, an energy that made you stop and take notice. That is exactly what men feel when a woman embodies her confidence fully. It's not arrogance. Arrogance pushes people away. True confidence invites them closer. It creates curiosity, interest, and respect all at once. And here's a little secret. Rooted in human psychology, men are wired to admire strength that doesn't threaten them. Confidence that is gentle, steady, and self-contained does exactly that. It reassures, it inspires, and it ignites desire. When a woman believes in herself, she allows a man to admire her, to feel protective, and yet to feel inspired by her energy. It's a rare combination, and it works on a level that goes far beyond superficial attraction. Now, confidence isn't something you turn on and off. It grows from small daily actions. It grows when you honor yourself, set boundaries, and refuse to settle for less than you deserve. It grows when you speak your truth, when you pursue your passions, and when you carry yourself with pride in your own journey. And the more it grows, the more magnetic you become, not because you're trying to attract someone, but because you are fully alive in your own life. That's irresistible. It's important to understand that confidence doesn't just affect attraction, it affects every interaction. Men respond to energy more than words. They notice a woman who enters a room with her head held high, who laughs freely, who makes eye contact with warmth and assurance. That energy communicates safety, value, and excitement. And when a man senses that, his interest is naturally piqued. He feels drawn to you, not because you did something, but because of the way you exist. So before we dive into the specific turn-ons, take a moment to reflect on this. What is your energy saying right now? Are you standing in your own power, or are you shrinking to fit someone else's expectations? Attraction begins internally. It begins with knowing that you are enough, that your presence matters, and that your confidence is not something to hide, but something to celebrate. When you embody that truth, you step into a space where attraction is effortless. And this is just the beginning. As we move forward, you'll discover the other forces that pull men in, forces that are deeply psychological, subtle, and profoundly effective. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand what turns men on, you'll understand why they turn, why they notice, and why they stay. You'll gain insight into the human mind, into desire, and into the energy that creates connection at its deepest level. So stay focused. Stay curious. Because what you're about to learn isn't just advice. It's a key to transformation. It's a chance to step into a version of yourself that is confident, magnetic, and irresistible. And remember, the reward for watching until the end is more than knowledge. It's a shift in the way you see yourself and the way men perceive your energy. Once you step into this truth, nothing will ever feel the same again. There is something undeniably magnetic about a genuine smile. It isn't just a curve of the lips or a fleeting expression. A true smile carries warmth, reassurance, and a quiet power that touches the deepest parts of the mind. Men, like all humans, are hardwired to respond to positivity. When a woman smiles with authenticity, she's communicating something far more profound than happiness. She is signaling trust, openness, and approachability. These are qualities that resonate on a primal level, creating a connection that words alone cannot achieve. A smile can bridge distances that conversation cannot, can break tension, ease insecurities, and spark a sense of comfort in someone who might otherwise remain distant. Men are instinctively drawn to women whose energy radiates joy without trying to impress. There is a subtle psychological trigger in seeing happiness reflected in someone else. It activates curiosity and admiration simultaneously. A smile can be a silent invitation, a gentle call to step closer, to engage, and to connect. The power of a smile lies in its authenticity. When it is forced or performed, it loses its magnetic effect. People instinctively sense whether an emotion is real or rehearsed. A smile that emerges naturally, born from genuine warmth or confidence, is captivating because it reflects an inner light. Men are drawn to this light because it signals stability, emotional availability, and a deep-seated sense of self-worth. These qualities are far more attractive than any physical feature or outward display. There is also a subtle but important psychological factor. A smile reduces barriers. Human interaction is often filtered through layers of caution and defense. A genuine smile can disarm, soften, and create a subconscious sense of safety. Men are more likely to feel at ease, more likely to open up, and more likely to respond positively when they sense authenticity. It is a signal that says, without words, I am comfortable with myself, and I welcome your presence. This is deeply appealing on an emotional and mental level. Beyond the immediate impact, a smile also communicates resilience and positivity. Life is full of challenges, and men are drawn to women who handle these challenges with grace rather than complaint. When a woman can smile in the face of difficulty, it reveals strength that is quietly commanding. Psychology shows that people are naturally attracted to optimism because it signals emotional stability and adaptability. A woman who can maintain warmth and positivity is not only appealing, but she also inspires admiration and respect. Even subtle expressions, like a fleeting smile or a gentle lift of the lips, can create connection. Men notice these small cues more than most realize. They register warmth and openness without needing a conversation to explain it. Every interaction is colored by energy, and a smile sets the tone for the entire experience. It communicates interest, engagement, and a sense of life lived fully. A woman who smiles with sincerity becomes a source of light in any environment, and that light draws attention naturally. A smile also communicates confidence in a unique way. Confidence is often understood as posture, voice, or assertiveness, but when paired with a genuine smile, it becomes irresistible. Men feel drawn to women who carry themselves with quiet self-assurance and yet radiate warmth. This combination creates intrigue and desire. A smile, when rooted in genuine self-belief, signals that a woman is secure, self-sufficient, and yet emotionally available. It balances strength with approachability, a rare and compelling mix. Moreover, there is a deeper psychological effect at play. Smiling triggers a sense of reward in the observer's brain. When a man sees a woman smiling genuinely, his mind interprets it as a positive social cue. It releases subtle feelings of pleasure and attraction, reinforcing the desire to engage. Attraction, in this sense, is not just physical, it is emotional and neurological. A smile taps into that mechanism effortlessly, creating a bond that begins before any words are exchanged. Understanding the power of a smile also involves self-awareness. When a woman is aware of how her expressions influence others, she gains subtle control over her interactions. Not to manipulate, but to connect meaningfully. Every smile, every lift of the lips can reinforce presence, warmth, and approachability. Men are drawn to this because it signals that she is both attuned to herself and receptive to connection. It is the silent language of attraction, a code that speaks deeply to desire and curiosity. Finally, the impact of a genuine smile extends beyond immediate attraction. It shapes perception over time. A man remembers how he felt when he saw that warmth, that authenticity, that light. It becomes part of the emotional memory he associates with her. This is powerful because attraction is not only about initial impressions, it is about the lasting impression of energy, character, and emotional resonance. A woman who understands and embodies this energy becomes unforgettable, not for what she says, but for how she makes him feel. Smiling is a simple yet profound way to communicate value without words. It reveals confidence, warmth, resilience, and emotional intelligence all at once. It signals approachability, positivity, and authenticity. And most importantly, it triggers a subconscious connection that makes men want to be closer, to know more, and to invest attention. A genuine smile is not just a facial expression, it is a tool of connection, a signal of self-assurance, and a magnet for admiration. When embraced fully, a smile transforms interactions. It makes presence felt without effort. It opens doors to meaningful connection. It inspires curiosity, desire, and respect. It is one of the most subtle yet profound ways to influence attraction through energy rather than words, through authenticity rather than performance. And when paired with the confidence already embraced, it becomes a force that draws men naturally, compellingly, and effortlessly. There is something undeniably attractive about a woman who lives with passion. It isn't just about hobbies, careers, or social activities. It's about the fire that burns within, the drive to pursue dreams, and the energy that comes from having a purpose. Passion is magnetic because it signals life, vitality, and independence. Men are instinctively drawn to this kind of energy. It awakens curiosity, admiration, and desire. They don't just want to be near a woman who smiles. They want to be near someone who feels alive in every moment. Passion speaks louder than words. When a woman is fully invested in her own life, her energy communicates strength, confidence, and resilience. Psychology shows that people respond to those who display intrinsic motivation, those who chase what matters to them, not what others expect. A woman with passion is unpredictable in the most exciting way. Her life is not defined by routine or conformity. Men notice this because it challenges them to rise to the occasion, to engage with someone whose energy is unstoppable, inspiring, and self-sustaining. The fire of passion does not need validation. A woman who pursues her goals without seeking approval from anyone is deeply attractive. Her focus and determination send a clear message. She values herself, her time, and her life. Men are drawn to this self-assurance because it triggers a sense of admiration and respect. Passion communicates competence, purpose, and independence, all qualities that resonate with desire on a subconscious level. Moreover, passion inspires connection. Men feel invigorated by a woman who is fully alive, fully committed to her own journey. They want to be part of that energy, not because they can control it, but because it excites and challenges them. When a woman radiates passion, her energy becomes contagious. Others naturally want to engage with her, learn from her, and be near her vitality. This is one of the most profound forms of attraction, because it isn't superficial. It is rooted in life force energy, in emotional resonance, and in authentic self-expression. Men are drawn to women who know what they want and chase it relentlessly. This is different from chasing someone else or being fixated on approval. True passion comes from within, and it carries a sense of freedom, freedom to dream, freedom to act, and freedom to exist fully. A woman who embraces her own desires demonstrates independence and self-trust. This independence is irresistible because it signals that her value does not depend on anyone else's validation, making her presence all the more compelling. Passion also communicates courage. Pursuing meaningful goals often requires facing fear, overcoming doubt, and taking risks. Men notice this courage, even in subtle ways. A woman who does not shy away from challenges, who stands tall in the face of uncertainty, projects strength that is deeply attractive. This psychological appeal is powerful because it combines emotional depth with visible determination. It demonstrates that she is capable, resilient, and driven, all qualities that men admire instinctively. Beyond achievement, passion manifests in enthusiasm. The way a woman talks about her interests, lights up when she engages in activities she loves, or invests energy in meaningful projects, signals vitality and presence. This enthusiasm is infectious. Men are drawn to energy that excites them, that makes ordinary moments feel alive. Passion transforms interactions from mundane to magnetic, creating a connection that goes beyond physical attraction into emotional engagement. Another subtle but critical aspect is authenticity. Passion cannot be faked convincingly. Men sense when energy is genuine. When a woman pursues something that truly resonates with her, her energy aligns with her emotions, creating a magnetic coherence. This alignment is deeply compelling because it reflects honesty, integrity, and commitment, qualities that are universally appealing. A life pursued with purpose is inherently attractive because it demonstrates that she values her own existence and experiences. Psychology shows that people are drawn to energy that is expansive, not constrained. Passionate women exude this expansiveness. They invite curiosity, inspire admiration, and ignite desire without needing to demand attention. This creates a pull that feels natural and irresistible. Men sense that being near a woman with fire in her heart is rewarding emotionally, intellectually, and even energetically. It triggers an unconscious desire to engage, to connect, and to be part of something larger than ordinary. Finally, passion transforms perception. A woman who is fully invested in her life becomes unforgettable. Her energy leaves a lasting imprint on memory because it is dynamic, compelling, and alive. Men remember how she made them feel, excited, inspired, intrigued, and alive in return. The attraction that stems from passion is not fleeting. It lingers because it is rooted in energy, vitality, and authenticity. This is the kind of connection that goes beyond appearances and taps directly into the human need for engagement, admiration, and shared energy. Passion is not just a trait, it is a signal. It communicates independence, strength, vitality, courage, and authenticity. It is visible in every action, every choice, and every word. Men are drawn to this energy because it awakens something primal, the desire to engage, to appreciate, and to connect with someone who is fully alive. A woman who embraces her passions becomes a force, not because she seeks to attract, but because her life itself radiates energy that cannot be ignored. Living passionately is not an option for someone who wants to be truly magnetic. It is a necessity. It is the energy that transforms presence into attraction, conversation into connection, and life into inspiration. When a woman moves through the world with fire in her heart, she is no longer chasing attention. Attention chases her. This is the undeniable power of passion, and it is one of the most profound ways to ignite attraction on a deep, lasting, and psychologically compelling level. There is a subtle but powerful force that captivates men more than anything else. Mystery. Mystery is not about playing games or hiding who you are. It is about maintaining depth, intrigue, and the sense that there's always more to discover. Men are naturally drawn to what they cannot fully understand, what challenges their curiosity, and what invites them to explore. When a woman allows herself to remain partly unreadable, she creates a magnetic pull that draws attention effortlessly. The psychology behind mystery is simple yet profound. Human brains are wired to seek patterns, answers, and understanding. When someone is fully revealed all at once, the mind has no reason to linger. But when there is an element of the unknown, curiosity is sparked and interest deepens. A woman who holds space for herself, who does not reveal everything immediately, triggers this natural psychological response. She becomes captivating, not just for her presence, but for the layers that lie beneath. Mystery allows a woman to preserve her power. It is not about being distant or cold. It is about valuing herself and her energy enough to reveal it intentionally. Men are drawn to those who do not give themselves away too easily because it signals self-respect, confidence, and independence. When a woman moves through the world with parts of herself quietly held back, it creates anticipation, interest, and fascination. It makes connection feel like a journey rather than an obligation. There is an elegance in not being fully understood. It communicates depth, intelligence, and self-awareness. Men respond to women who carry complexity with grace because it challenges them intellectually and emotionally. Mystery becomes a form of empowerment. It allows a woman to dictate the pace of connection, to reveal her essence gradually, and to let desire build naturally. This kind of attraction is rooted in respect and curiosity, not manipulation, making it both authentic and compelling. Subtlety is key. Mystery is not about silence or detachment, it is about measured revelation. Sharing your thoughts, experiences, and emotions selectively communicates value and discernment. It signals that your presence is meaningful and not to be taken for granted. Men are drawn to women who embody this principle because it taps into their instinct to explore, protect, and invest in something that feels rare and valuable. Mystery, when done with authenticity, creates an irresistible pull. A mysterious woman inspires imagination. Men begin to fill in the gaps with fascination, admiration, and desire. They think about her when she is not around. They are intrigued by what makes her unique, what drives her, and what passions fuel her life. This kind of psychological engagement goes beyond attraction. It cultivates emotional investment. The unknown becomes exciting, and the anticipation makes every interaction feel significant. Embracing mystery also communicates confidence in a profound way. It signals that a woman does not need to overshare to be valued or loved. She understands her worth and recognizes that her energy alone is compelling. Men are drawn to this because it reassures them that she is self-sufficient, emotionally stable, and not seeking validation. Mystery, in this sense, becomes a subtle form of empowerment, blending strength with allure in a way that captivates deeply. Another aspect of mystery lies in the art of listening and observing. When a woman focuses on truly understanding the world around her, when she listens more than she speaks, men notice the depth of her mind and spirit. Observation is powerful because it conveys intelligence, empathy, and attentiveness. A woman who listens attentively, without feeling the need to reveal everything about herself, instantly maintains an aura of intrigue. This quiet engagement sparks curiosity, making men eager to learn more, to explore the layers of her personality, and to connect on a deeper level. Mystery also thrives in consistency paired with unpredictability. Predictable behavior creates comfort, but a touch of unpredictability maintains excitement. A woman who surprises with thoughtful insights, spontaneous actions, or unexpected laughter keeps interactions dynamic. Men are drawn to women who are not merely predictable companions, but intriguing partners with dimensions to discover. This unpredictability, when balanced with authenticity, strengthens emotional engagement and attraction. Finally, mystery is about honoring the journey of connection. It is about understanding that true attraction deepens over time. By maintaining parts of herself hidden until trust and intimacy naturally develop, a woman creates a sense of emotional richness that is irresistible. Men are not only drawn to what they see, they are captivated by what they sense, what they imagine, and what they hope to uncover. Mystery transforms ordinary interaction into an experience, making each moment with her memorable, meaningful, and magnetic. The power of mystery lies in restraint, presence, and selective revelation. It communicates depth, intelligence, and self-respect. It sparks curiosity, emotional investment, and desire. Men are drawn to women who embody this energy because it resonates with a fundamental psychological drive, the desire to explore, understand, and cherish something rare and valuable. When a woman embraces mystery with authenticity, she becomes unforgettable, not just for what she says or does, but for the space she creates, the intrigue she maintains, and the emotional resonance she evokes. Emotional intelligence is one of the most powerful qualities a woman can possess, yet it is often overlooked. It is not about solving every problem or having all the answers. It is about understanding feelings, her own and those of others, and responding with awareness, empathy, and balance. Men are instinctively drawn to women who can navigate emotions gracefully. This is because emotional intelligence signals maturity, stability, and the ability to create connection on a deep level, beyond superficial attraction. Understanding emotions begins with self-awareness. A woman who knows her triggers, her needs, and her boundaries carries a calm strength that is compelling. She does not overreact or rely on others to regulate her feelings. Instead, she takes ownership of her emotional state, which communicates resilience and independence. Men notice the stability because it creates a sense of safety and reliability. It tells them that she is grounded, capable of handling life's challenges, and able to support meaningful connection. Empathy is another cornerstone of emotional intelligence. When a woman can genuinely listen and respond to what someone is feeling without judgment, It creates a profound sense of being understood. Men crave this kind of emotional resonance. They want to be seen for who they are, not just what they do. A woman who can tune into his emotions, who can sense when he is vulnerable or stressed, and who responds with compassion, inspires admiration. This creates a bond that feels authentic, intimate, and magnetic. Emotional intelligence also includes communication without aggression or manipulation. Words are powerful, but the way emotions are expressed can either attract or repel. Men are drawn to women who can communicate their needs clearly while remaining composed. This is not about controlling or pleasing others. It is about expressing truth with respect. A woman who can balance honesty with kindness, assertiveness with empathy, naturally inspires trust and admiration. This psychological appeal is profound because it signals both strength and approachability. The ability to regulate emotions is equally captivating. Life is full of ups and downs, and men are drawn to women who can maintain calm and perspective during difficult moments. Emotional regulation is attractive because it conveys maturity and self-reliance. When a woman can face challenges with grace, she demonstrates that her energy is stable and balanced. Men are naturally drawn to people who make them feel secure, and emotional intelligence communicates exactly that. Listening deeply is a subtle but critical aspect of emotional intelligence. Men notice when a woman is fully present, when she focuses her attention on understanding rather than responding immediately. This creates a sense of connection that goes beyond surface-level interaction. When a woman listens with intention, it communicates value, care, and attentiveness. It makes men feel appreciated and understood, which strengthens attraction and fosters trust. Another element is the ability to inspire emotional growth. A woman with emotional intelligence encourages a man to be his best self without pressure or judgment. She models awareness, resilience, and balance, which naturally motivates him to grow alongside her. This creates a dynamic where attraction is fueled not only by desire, but by mutual respect and admiration. The emotional bond deepens because it is based on connection, insight, and shared understanding. Emotional intelligence also intersects with confidence and authenticity. A woman who understands her emotions does not need to mask herself or pretend to be someone she is not. She can express joy, frustration, excitement, or concern without fear of judgment. Men are drawn to this authenticity because it signals trustworthiness and integrity. When she is emotionally honest, it inspires respect and fascination, creating a connection that feels safe and compelling. Humor and lightheartedness can also enhance emotional intelligence. A woman who can navigate emotions while maintaining playfulness demonstrates flexibility and perspective. Men notice this because it creates balance in interactions and prevents tension from overwhelming connection. Emotional intelligence is not about seriousness alone. It is about harmony, awareness, and knowing when to engage fully and when to lighten the moment. This creates a sense of ease and comfort that is deeply attractive. Finally, emotional intelligence cultivates lasting impact. Men remember how it feels to be truly seen, heard, and understood. They are drawn not only to beauty or charm, but to the energy of emotional resonance. When a woman communicates awareness, empathy, and authenticity, she creates a magnetic presence that lingers in memory. Attraction becomes more than desire. It becomes connection, trust, and admiration that can grow into deep, meaningful bonds. The essence of emotional intelligence lies in self-awareness, empathy, emotional regulation, authenticity, and presence. Men are drawn to these qualities because they meet a psychological need for understanding, security, and connection. A woman who embodies emotional intelligence does more than attract attention. She inspires, comforts, and captivates on a level that goes far beyond superficial appeal. It is a quiet power, subtle but undeniable, and it leaves a lasting imprint on the hearts and minds of those who encounter it. When combined with confidence, passion, and mystery, emotional intelligence becomes a force that is nearly impossible to ignore. It communicates depth, strength, and warmth all at once. Men are drawn to women who can navigate the world of feelings with grace because it makes connection safe, exciting, and meaningful. The ability to understand, empathize, and respond thoughtfully transforms interactions into experiences that are unforgettable. There is a quiet but profound force that shapes attraction more than most realize: appreciation. Recognition is not just a social courtesy. It is a psychological signal that communicates value, attentiveness, and respect. Men, like everyone, respond to being seen for their efforts, their strengths, and their intentions. When a woman expresses genuine acknowledgement, it creates a powerful emotional resonance that goes far beyond superficial charm. This subtle energy can deepen connection, spark desire, and inspire admiration in ways that words alone cannot achieve. Appreciation begins with awareness. Observing the little things, whether it is effort in work, gestures of kindness, or small achievements, signals attentiveness. Men instinctively notice when someone takes the time to recognize what they do, not because they seek praise, but because it communicates that their contributions matter. This taps into a deep psychological need to be valued and understood. When appreciation is sincere, it communicates respect for who they are, not just what they do, and that distinction is profoundly attractive. There is a science to the power of recognition. Neuroscience shows that acknowledgement releases subtle feelings of reward in the brain. When someone notices our actions and expresses gratitude or admiration, it reinforces our sense of worth and competence. Men, like anyone else, are drawn to interactions that trigger these positive responses. A woman who naturally expresses appreciation becomes associated with these rewarding feelings, creating emotional reinforcement that encourages connection and deepens attraction. Genuine acknowledgement is different from flattery. Men can instinctively sense when praise is hollow or performative. Authentic appreciation, however, communicates honesty, insight, and empathy. It tells him that she is paying attention, that she values his presence, and that she recognizes his efforts. This form of recognition is subtle but powerful. It signals emotional intelligence, sensitivity, and the ability to connect meaningfully, qualities that cultivate lasting admiration. Small gestures of appreciation can be as impactful as grand expressions. A word of thanks, a smile of acknowledgement, or a quiet nod in response to effort communicates a deep understanding. Men notice these moments, even subconsciously, because they signal attentiveness and validation. The impact is cumulative. Every moment of genuine recognition strengthens emotional bonds, fosters respect, and heightens attraction. Appreciation is not only about making someone feel good, it is about creating an environment where connection thrives. Men are also drawn to women who express admiration naturally. When acknowledgement flows effortlessly, it communicates warmth, openness, and authenticity. It signals that she is not calculating or seeking favor, but that she genuinely values what she observes. This natural expression of recognition fosters trust, emotional intimacy, and desire. When a woman can make a man feel understood and validated without effort, she becomes magnetic in ways that are deeply psychological and enduring. Appreciation also communicates strength and confidence. A woman who can acknowledge another person's efforts without diminishing her own presence demonstrates emotional maturity. She does not need to compete or prove herself. She simply recognizes value where it exists. This balance of confidence and empathy is rare, and men are drawn to it instinctively. It signals that she is grounded, self-assured, and capable of forming meaningful connections without insecurity or jealousy. Another subtle but profound effect of appreciation is its ability to inspire positive behavior. Men naturally respond to acknowledgement by feeling encouraged to continue expressing their best qualities. Recognition acts as a silent motivator, fostering effort, attention, and emotional investment. When a woman expresses admiration sincerely, she creates a psychological environment where his attention and energy are willingly offered, strengthening both attraction and connection. Appreciation also communicates emotional intelligence. Men sense when acknowledgement comes from a place of understanding rather than obligation. This signals that she can tune into feelings, recognize effort, and respond thoughtfully. Emotional intelligence paired with appreciation amplifies attraction because it creates safety, trust, and genuine interest. Men are drawn to women who understand not only their actions but also the intentions behind them. Recognition becomes a tool for emotional resonance, creating a connection that is deeply satisfying and enduring. Finally, appreciation leaves a lasting impact on memory and perception. Men do not forget how it feels to be genuinely seen and valued. When a woman consistently recognizes their efforts and intentions, she becomes associated with positive feelings, admiration, and emotional satisfaction. This creates a bond that is stronger than superficial attraction. It becomes a connection built on respect, understanding, and meaningful acknowledgement. Appreciation, when practiced sincerely, is transformative. It turns simple interactions into experiences that inspire desire, loyalty, and admiration. The power of genuine recognition is subtle yet profound. It signals attentiveness, empathy, emotional intelligence, and respect. Men are drawn to this energy because it fulfills a psychological need to be seen and valued. A woman who expresses authentic appreciation creates a magnetic presence, one that inspires connection and strengthens attraction naturally. It is not about flattery or performance. It is about understanding, acknowledging, and valuing what exists, and in doing so, she becomes unforgettable. When combined with confidence, passion, mystery, and emotional intelligence, appreciation completes the foundation of a magnetic personality. It communicates strength, warmth, and authenticity simultaneously. Men are irresistibly drawn to women who can recognize their worth while remaining fully self-assured. This quiet but profound form of influence transforms attraction into admiration, desire into connection, and presence into lasting impact. Appreciation is more than a behavior. It is a way of communicating value, inspiring loyalty, and creating bonds that linger long after the moment has passed. There is a unique energy that captivates more than appearance or status: playfulness. Playfulness is not about being childish or careless. It is about bringing lightness, humor, and spontaneity into interactions. Men are naturally drawn to women who can balance seriousness with fun, who can navigate life with joy while remaining grounded. This energy communicates freedom, confidence, and creativity, all of which create attraction on a deep psychological level. Humor is one of the most powerful tools of playfulness. When a woman can laugh freely, not just at the world but also at herself, it signals resilience, self-awareness, and emotional maturity. Men are drawn to this because it creates an environment where they feel relaxed, comfortable, and understood. Laughter releases positive chemicals in the brain, building a subconscious bond that goes beyond words. A woman who can spark joy naturally becomes unforgettable, not just for what she says, but for how she makes others feel. Playfulness also communicates intelligence. It is not merely joking or teasing, it is the ability to navigate interactions with cleverness, subtlety, and timing. Men are attracted to women who can engage mentally while keeping energy light and dynamic. This balance between intellect and fun creates fascination. It triggers curiosity and admiration because it signals creativity, awareness, and emotional flexibility. A playful woman is never boring. She is a constant source of engagement and intrigue. Subtle teasing is a form of playfulness that men find particularly appealing. It communicates confidence, charm, and attentiveness without aggression or malice. Gentle teasing creates tension, excitement, and a sense of intimacy. Men respond to this because it engages their mind and emotion simultaneously. It becomes a dance of energy, a silent game of connection that strengthens attraction while fostering a sense of closeness. The ability to tease without undermining demonstrates both confidence and emotional intelligence. Playfulness also reflects comfort with oneself. A woman who can be spontaneous, laugh at herself, and enjoy the moment signals self-assurance. Men are drawn to this because it demonstrates freedom from rigid expectations and fear of judgment. When energy is light, interactions feel safe, inviting, and alive. Playfulness communicates the idea that life is enjoyable, and being around someone with this energy creates excitement and emotional engagement naturally. Another subtle psychological effect of playfulness is the reduction of tension. Life can be stressful, and interactions often carry subtle pressures or insecurities. A playful approach creates a sense of ease, releasing tension and fostering openness. Men are more likely to engage, reveal their authentic selves, and feel drawn to someone who lightens their mental and emotional load. This ease is attractive because it signals that connection does not require effort or strain. It is effortless, enjoyable, and energizing. Playfulness also enhances bonding. Shared laughter and lighthearted moments create emotional intimacy that is difficult to replicate in serious interactions. Men are drawn to women who can balance depth with joy because it creates dynamic relationships that feel both exciting and safe. Humor and lighthearted energy signal that a woman is approachable, emotionally intelligent, and capable of fostering connection in a way that feels natural and rewarding. Spontaneity is another critical aspect of playfulness. A woman who is willing to embrace unexpected moments, try new experiences, or engage creatively communicates vitality and courage. Men notice when someone steps beyond routine and predictability. This energy triggers curiosity, admiration, and desire because it demonstrates that life with her is dynamic, inspiring, and full of potential. Playfulness paired with spontaneity creates interactions that are memorable and magnetic. Playfulness also communicates confidence subtly. It signals that a woman is comfortable in her own skin, does not take herself too seriously, and can enjoy life fully. Men are attracted to this because it indicates emotional stability, authenticity, and freedom. Confidence combined with humor demonstrates balance. It reassures, inspires, and entices simultaneously. The ability to laugh, enjoy, and play is a silent message of strength and allure. Finally, playfulness leaves a lasting impression. Men remember the energy of interactions more than the specific words spoken. Laughter, lighthearted moments, and spontaneous joy create emotional imprints that linger. A woman who embodies playfulness becomes associated with happiness, curiosity, and excitement. These feelings create deep psychological attraction because they are linked to positive emotional experiences, reinforcing admiration and desire over time. The essence of playfulness lies in combining lightness, humor, spontaneity, and subtle intellectual engagement. Men are drawn to this energy because it creates connection, reduces tension, and inspires admiration. A playful woman communicates freedom, confidence, and emotional flexibility without effort, transforming ordinary interactions into memorable experiences. This energy is magnetic, psychologically compelling, and enduring. When layered with confidence, passion, mystery, emotional intelligence, and appreciation, playfulness becomes a dynamic force. It communicates vitality, joy, and depth simultaneously. Men are irresistibly drawn to women who can balance strength with lightness, depth with humor, and presence with spontaneity. Playfulness is more than charm. It is a psychological trigger, a magnet for attention, and a pathway to deeper connection that leaves lasting impact. There is a silent language that communicates more than words ever could: body language. The way a woman carries herself, the subtle gestures she makes, and the energy she projects through posture and movement have a profound impact on attraction. Men notice these signals instinctively, often without realizing it. Presence is felt before it is understood, and the way she inhabits her own space can draw attention and admiration effortlessly. Posture is the foundation of presence. Standing tall with shoulders relaxed and head held high signals confidence and self-assurance. Men are attracted to women who occupy their space fully because it communicates strength, dignity, and a sense of self-worth. A straight posture is not arrogance, it is an unspoken message that she respects herself and expects the same from others. This simple alignment of body and mind creates a magnetic energy that resonates deeply. Eye contact is another powerful tool of nonverbal communication. Looking directly, without intensity or intimidation, signals attentiveness, openness, and interest. Men respond to sustained, genuine eye contact because it creates connection and conveys emotional availability. Eyes communicate honesty and engagement in a way words cannot. A woman who meets a man's gaze confidently invites trust and intrigue, establishing a silent bond that deepens attraction naturally. Subtle gestures amplify presence. The way a woman moves her hands, tilts her head, or shifts her weight communicates comfort, awareness, and emotional alignment. And notice these movements because they are indicators of confidence and authenticity. Gestures that are relaxed, intentional, and expressive convey ease in one's own skin. This kind of nonverbal communication enhances attraction by signaling comfort, charisma, and self-possession. Facial expressions are equally critical. Micro-expressions, slight smiles, and nuanced reactions convey depth and emotion without a single word. Men are drawn to women whose faces reflect their inner energy because it signals transparency and authenticity. Emotional resonance through expression allows connection to form instantly. A woman who can convey warmth, curiosity, or subtle intrigue with her expressions becomes both approachable and captivating, creating an invisible yet powerful pull. Movement also communicates energy and intention. The way a woman walks, gestures, or interacts with her environment signals confidence, vitality, and self-assurance. Men notice fluidity and purpose in movement because it reflects inner harmony and presence. When steps are deliberate, When motions are expressive yet composed, they communicate an unspoken strength that is highly attractive. Movement becomes a language of influence, silently communicating value and magnetism. Proximity and spatial awareness are subtle but significant. Maintaining comfortable personal space while remaining approachable signals respect for oneself and for others. Men respond positively to women who can balance closeness with autonomy, signaling that they are confident and independent, yet emotionally available. This awareness enhances attraction because it creates a sense of both safety and intrigue, allowing connection to deepen naturally. Touch, even subtle and respectful, conveys warmth and presence. A light, natural touch on the arm, a reassuring pat, or a gentle brush communicates attentiveness, care, and confidence. Men are instinctively drawn to appropriate physical cues because they foster intimacy, comfort, and emotional resonance. Body language that communicates openness and receptivity encourages engagement, making interactions more compelling and meaningful. Smiling through body language enhances the entire effect. When a smile is paired with open posture, relaxed gestures, and confident movement, it signals approachability and positive energy. Men are drawn to this combination because it communicates both warmth and strength. The alignment of verbal energy with nonverbal cues reinforces authenticity, creating a powerful attraction that feels effortless yet profound. Even silence has weight in body language. Standing or sitting with presence, without fidgeting or appearing anxious, communicates confidence, self-awareness, and composure. Men respond to women who can command attention without words, whose energy communicates value and stability. Silent presence, when paired with expressive gestures and authentic engagement, creates a magnetic effect that draws attention and fosters connection on a deep psychological level. Finally, awareness of body language is not about performance. It is about alignment. Confidence, self-respect, and authenticity resonate most strongly when they are embodied naturally. Men are drawn to women who inhabit their own energy fully, who communicate value through posture, gaze, gesture, and movement. This presence signals competence, emotional intelligence, and inner strength. It communicates attraction before a word is spoken, creating a profound, lasting impression. The power of body language lies in its ability to communicate without speaking. Posture, eye contact, gestures, facial expressions, movement, and spatial awareness convey confidence, presence, and value. Men are drawn to this energy because it satisfies a deep psychological need for stability, authenticity, and engagement. A woman who understands and embodies this silent language becomes magnetic, leaving a lasting imprint through presence, expression, and the energy she carries. When combined with confidence, passion, mystery, emotional intelligence, appreciation and playfulness, mastery of body language completes a woman's magnetic presence. Every motion, glance, and gesture reinforces attraction, making connection effortless and meaningful. Men are drawn to her energy because it signals strength, authenticity, and emotional resonance. The way she occupies space becomes a language of influence, a silent form of communication that inspires curiosity, admiration, and desire. Independence is a quality that carries an irresistible power. It is not about rejecting connection or pushing others away. True independence is about living fully, embracing your own path, and creating a life that reflects your values, desires, and ambitions. Men are naturally drawn to women who demonstrate this kind of self-sufficiency because it signals strength, confidence, and authenticity. Independence communicates that a woman is complete on her own, making her presence even more compelling and magnetic. Self-worth is closely tied to independence. A woman who knows her value does not rely on external validation or approval. She makes choices that reflect her priorities, respects her own time, and invests in herself first. Men are instinctively attracted to this energy because it communicates clarity, security, and emotional stability. When a woman embodies self-respect, it sends a powerful message. She expects to be treated with care and admiration, and she is unafraid to walk away from anything less. Independence also fosters curiosity and admiration. Men are drawn to women who have passions, goals, and experiences of their own. A life fully lived communicates vitality and richness that goes beyond surface-level appeal. Men notice when a woman invests in herself, whether through learning, pursuing interests, or nurturing personal growth. This energy is magnetic, because it demonstrates that she is fully alive, capable, and interesting on her own terms. Being independent does not mean closing oneself off emotionally. In fact, emotional availability combined with autonomy creates one of the most attractive dynamics. A woman who can support, care, and connect deeply while maintaining her own identity signals strength, balance, and maturity. Men respond to this combination because it communicates that she is a partner, not a dependency, and that her connection comes from choice, not need. This subtle difference is profoundly appealing. The psychology behind attraction to independence is rooted in respect. Men instinctively admire women who do not conform to expectations simply to please others. Autonomy communicates authenticity and integrity, and these qualities inspire admiration and desire. A woman who stands firmly in her own life challenges men to engage with her energy fully, creating interactions that are meaningful, stimulating, and lasting. Independence becomes an invitation to respect, rather than a demand for attention. Independence also reinforces confidence. A woman who can make decisions, navigate challenges, and pursue her desires without hesitation signals competence and assurance. Men notice this energy because it inspires trust and admiration. Competence coupled with self-reliance communicates a subtle form of power that is magnetic. It shows that she is not easily swayed, does not settle for less, and values her own presence and contributions in life. Self-worth and independence also create boundaries naturally. A woman who knows her value sets limits on what she will tolerate, ensuring that interactions are respectful, authentic, and mutually beneficial. Men are drawn to these boundaries because they provide clarity, security, and a sense of structure. Boundaries signal that she respects herself, and by extension, expects others to do the same. This alignment of respect and autonomy is deeply compelling on a psychological level. Freedom in action and thought enhances independence further. A woman who can think for herself, make choices confidently, and pursue her goals without fear of judgment signals strength and individuality. Men are attracted to this because it reflects a life fully lived, one that is dynamic, intriguing, and inspiring. Independence in thought communicates intelligence, awareness, and self-confidence, qualities that go far beyond superficial attraction. Independence also creates emotional resilience. A woman who relies on herself for fulfillment, happiness, and validation is less likely to be swayed by insecurity or drama. This stability makes her energy calm, steady, and magnetic. Men are drawn to women whose energy is balanced and grounded because it creates a sense of safety, reliability, and admiration. Independence becomes a source of attraction because it signals emotional maturity and strength. Finally, independence leaves a lasting impression. Men remember the energy of a woman who is self-sufficient, confident, and fully engaged in her own life. Her presence becomes magnetic because it communicates choice, strength, and self-respect. Independence is not a rejection of connection. It is an enhancement of it. Men are drawn to women who live fully on their own terms because it creates a space where admiration, respect, and attraction can flourish naturally and deeply. The power of independence and self-worth lies in living authentically, embracing autonomy, and cultivating a life of personal fulfillment. Men are drawn to these qualities because they resonate with psychological needs for respect, admiration, and meaningful connection. A woman who embodies independence communicates strength, confidence, and emotional maturity, making her presence irresistible. Independence transforms attraction from fleeting attention into enduring admiration, curiosity, and desire. When combined with confidence, passion, mystery, emotional intelligence, appreciation, playfulness, and body presence, independence completes the energy of a woman who is truly magnetic. Men are irresistibly drawn to women who are whole, self-assured, and fully alive, not because of what they can give, but because of who they are. Independence is a silent signal of power, authenticity, and presence, making connection effortless and profoundly meaningful. Respect is one of the most powerful forces in attraction. It is subtle, yet undeniable. Men are drawn to women who carry themselves with dignity, who honor their own values, and who expect the same from those around them. Respect is not about demanding attention or control. It is about holding space for oneself and for others. A woman who embodies respect communicates self-worth, confidence, and emotional strength, all of which create a profound and lasting attraction. Boundaries are a natural extension of respect. A woman who knows what she will accept and what she will not demonstrates clarity, confidence, and self-awareness. Men are instinctively attracted to those who have limits because it signals strength and stability. Boundaries are not walls. They are a framework that protects energy, values, and well-being. When a woman sets them clearly and calmly, it communicates power without aggression, elegance without rigidity, and confidence without arrogance. Mutual respect creates balance in every interaction. Men are drawn to women who respect themselves because it encourages reciprocal behavior. When a woman honors her own needs, desires, and limits, she naturally inspires men to do the same. This balance fosters a connection that is healthy, stable, and magnetic. Respect ensures that interactions are not based on manipulation, insecurity, or neediness, but on authenticity, admiration, and genuine engagement. Self-respect also communicates independence and choice. Men notice when a woman is not desperate for approval or validation.